Right, so issues with my diesel heater. This is how I'm getting around them with this 25 litre jerry can. Well, not this one, but I've got a blue one. I can use the blue one for diesel, the white one for clean water. The red one will be for the shower water, which will be well, not really dirty water, but unfiltered water, undrinkable water, unpotable water, I think that's what you call it. So this is the solution. I'm going to sort of mount that in there somehow, so when I want to fill up, I can just put the diesel thing in there and fill that tank up. I think that's going to be the easiest way. It might be a little bit further forward, I think. Build some framework in, fix that in, sort that out. And then obviously the diesel feed's going to have to come out the back, go down under the chassis, around the wheel arch somehow, down to the back, and over to the diesel heater. So although the diesel heater isn't under my bed, the friggin' fuel pump is going to be, so this has all gone a bit tits up. So although hopefully the fuel pump could be under the chassis, hopefully I'm thinking I'll have to come out to about here somewhere, although the prop shaft's going to be there, isn't it? Maybe about there, go straight down so I avoid the brakes, the wheel arches, and then it will go across to the diesel heater, and then obviously up into the diesel heater where the fuel intake is. It's looking like I'm going to have to copy Mel's World and do it this way. It's not ideal, it's not great, it's not the way I wanted it, but yeah, without having the diesel tank dropped and pissing around doing that stuff, it's looking like this is the way it's going to be done. Because then I can easily just unscrew that, get the nozzle in there, fill that up. I just have to pull the nozzle out, have a look, see how full it is, and then yeah, just click that in. In fact, this is actually the one that's broken. It's the one that's missing a gasket, or like I think it was a black gasket round here. You can just see there's a gasket missing. This is the one that I've used a lot when I went to Camp Quirky in 2018. That's the one I broke, so I might have to look at getting a new gasket for that. But yeah, that's basically how it's going to end up looking. There'll be a fuel pipe. Let's see if I can show you. I can get in it down there somewhere. Like I said, it'll have to go down, out in that gap, out through the bottom of the van, and over down that way to the fuel tank, to the diesel heater. So yeah, that's how it's going to end up going. It's not how I wanted it, but you know. As for all these cables, I think I've decided today what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix a 2x2 in here and one in, come on camera, there we go, about here somewhere. Put a notch in for all these cables to go through, and then I'm going to put a false wall here, and I'm going to notch around sort of where the charge controller is, and it'll come up to here, and I'm going to have a false wall there. That's the easiest thing to do to protect the wires. It's more weight, but I'm just going to use some 3mm MDF to go against there, so really thin, cheap, couple of 2x2s which will have nothing on them because half of it will be notched out for the wires, so it's not a lot of weight to add. So yeah, well, I cannot see my screen for the sun, but hey. Anyway, so tank has come from I think it was Nottingham. Shame I didn't know it was coming from there. I could have picked it up when I was at Camp Quirky, but hey, never mind. It was a few miles away. Anyway, so I don't know if you can see that. Oh, yep, there we go. It has got the vented lid, and here is the what's it called? I think Mel called it a stent pipe from China. I've trimmed this with some wire cutters, but you may have noticed it has actually sealed the end up, so that isn't really the way to cut it. It's shortened it a bit. It's not quite the length I need it still needs to be a bit shorter, but I've got to drill the 6mm hole in the top of here so it'll go in, and then I'll cut it down to the actual size I need it. But yeah, that was a bit of a cock up. That's closed the end up, so I'm going to have to chop that end off. It's a good job I didn't cut it down to the right size, but hey. Anyway, I will drill a hole in this and I will see you in a second. Right, well, it's temporarily in. As you can see, the nuts there, I've not put it in yet, but if you look in there, it is hitting the bottom, so it is still, I don't know, about 5mm, maybe 10mm too long. I might cut it down 15 actually, when I think about it. So yeah, I just need to trim that off. So I think I'm going to try using either a hacksaw or an angle grinder, because Mel used to pipe cut and I'm like, I don't have one, so yeah, I'll try using a hacksaw, I think. So I'll see you in a sec. Right, so there we go, it's in. Oh, I missed that, it's in. And as you can see, come on camera, focus, I have trimmed it a little bit more than I intended to, but it'll be alright. That's good. It means if the diesel's getting really, really low, it won't drain any, but yet there'll still be some a little bit in the tank, which I think is good, because it means that potentially if I got to like an emergency situation, I could just tip it over, and obviously then the diesel will go over to the side where the pipe is, and you could still technically use it for a little bit. So yeah, that's good. So that's in. In fact, this should be interesting. I wonder if I can get my phone in, because it's in a case. Oh, yep, there we go. Get in there, stick thing. So there we go. I can just about show you. That's it fixed in. Oh, there we go. Whoops, come here. So yeah, and then the pipe will come out here, go through the wheel well, under the vehicle, and to the diesel tank. And yeah, there's my lid. So yeah, angle grinder. But the thing to be aware of is when you cut it with, if you do it the slow way with a hacksaw, or if you use an angle grinder, when you chop into it, like when you chop into the pipe, the edge will sort of curl in. So you have to get a screw in there and sort of turn it round and twist it so it comes up, and then file it off smooth. So yeah, that's how you get that done. That's how you trim the pipe down at the bottom end. That's the easiest way if you don't have a pipe cutter. Just use an angle grinder with a cutting disc. So there you go. And that was a 6mm drill bit, by the way, in case anyone hasn't seen Mel's video and didn't already know that. So yeah, there you go. It's in. 15 litres of diesel for the diesel heater. So there we go, people. I think that'll be it for this video. This will be like the tank prep. And the next video will be me installing it. So until then, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.